Welcome to the demo of Obliq AI SRE agent. Today we'll dissect a critical IT failure incident. Let's look at incident 15089. We've got the actual RCA report here. Let's see how Obliq did the root cause analysis. It shows here that the pod currency service restarted about 80 times. That's like the definition of being persistently unstable. Let's see how the system went about analyzing this incident. First, let's take a look at the symptoms. There are two symptoms here. It says container server restart count is high, so it's confirming that. And then it says container server may be unstable. Then let's take a look at the signals. Three signals here. First, Kubernetes detected a pod restart anomaly in inventory service. Then second, Prometheus showed a spike in HTTP 500 rate spike errors on the checkout endpoint. And then finally, in AWS, we see that the elastic load balancer is above a certain threshold in US East 1. So it's validating that there is an app failure and it's directly hitting the users. And then it's going to start, the AI is going to start connecting the dots, and it's going to leverage the knowledge graph, which is this huge real-time map of application dependencies and relationships. And it will use that graph and factor in all these symptoms and signals and then come up with an accurate RCA. There's also the topology impact here, which shows all the services that have been impacted by this incident. So here it's currency service, front-end service, checkout service, and also summarization of all the logs of each service. For example, for currency service, it says there are no signs of memory or CPU stress as a summary of this log. Finally, it comes up with an RCA, which says that the container is running with a memory limit of 128 MI, and a request of 64 MI exceeded that available memory. That's what led to the termination. So that was the root cause that it revealed. And it gives you a detailed methodology and all of the justification and the evaluation and the investigation steps. So it analyzes things like, did the termination happen 80 times with the same code? Or did the memory usage actually spike before the pod got terminated, each time before the pod got terminated? So it's analyzing a bunch of information, looking at all of this telemetry information, and coming up with a very accurate RCA. Lastly, there's the confidence score. So the AI is building its confidence score. Here it's showing that it has 95% confidence in the root cause analysis that it gave. So it's a multi-source triangulation. Piece by piece, it's giving you bits of quantitative evidence like this as to how it came up with this calculation of 95% confidence. Parts of the app, we have this graph view which shows the applications or the relationships between the services, and here you can see all of the affected services due to this incident. We have agent trace that gives you more details about the communication between the agent and the LLM, all of the tokens used and the approximate cost, the latency, and all of that information. The system also recommends some remediation actions for each incident, which you will see in this section. There are a bunch of integrations that we support, and we are adding more. We also have a running list of all the incidents that come in the front part of in the front dashboard of the application, and it gives you a list of all the incidents and the RCA that was determined. Now let's look at another incident. We are going to go to 97, and this incident, it says that there is an AWS incident which was found in a stopped state. So it has done all of this analysis. And in evidence, it is saying that it did not find any logs for this maintenance schedule or the hardware. So let's see if we can give it some more information on the logs. And see what happens. So as you see, it's recalibrating the RCA, and it's going to take some time and regenerate. Let's see what happens. So the confidence score of its earlier RCA was 95%, and we gave it some new information and some logs which it could not find earlier. So let's see what happens to the new RCA that it generates. And it has generated a new RCA, and the confidence score stays the same. But if you go to the history, you have the old RCA here, and then the recalibrated RCA is here.